All right, so third video. We're getting pretty serious now. Mainly I want you to go through each video and then practice what you learn in each one. I mean, it's not going to be watch each one and then do those things. You really want to practice, you know, your string numbers. You want to practice your finger placement, your pick holding. You really want to practice those, and then transitioning between like A minor and E, like in the last video. It's important you practice those and not just try to move on to other things, because that's what makes practice. So I think it's really important that you go through. This one we're going to talk about a different chord, and it's the C chord. So it's a little different. You're going to be stretching your fingers a little bit more, but I'll show you a little trick here in a second. So nothing on the first string. You're going to use your first finger, first fret, second string. Open means nothing, so open on the third string. And then second fret, fourth string, and that's going to be with your middle finger. And then the fifth string, it's going to be your ring finger on the third fret. So open, open, 1, open, 2, 3, open. You kind of don't play the top one. So there's a reason I gave this chord its own video, mainly because you're going to be kind of learning to space your fingers apart. You're going to be fanning them a little bit in this one. And that's going to be something to learn. It's going to be a little tough, but it's not too terribly hard. It's going to hurt your fingers because you're going to be actually using a different part of your finger than you were for the previous two chords. So this one, you're going to be using more of the edge of your finger. You're not going to be using straight on pressure. You're getting more of the edge there. And so that's going to create some more callus. It's going to hurt a little bit more. But you'll get through it. You really will. Just practice, take breaks, practice, take breaks. The reason I wanted to do the C chord after those two. So you do the A minor chord. You should know it. I mean, you should be practicing it. And the easy way to transition from the A minor chord to the C chord, so easy, is you just take your ring finger and you move it above your middle finger to the fifth string to the third fret. So it's just one finger movement to a different fret. It's really A minor, C. So I think that helps out a lot because you start learning that a lot of chords can be played with just moving one finger or moving them around a little bit. Completely different chord, just one string, one finger moved. So that's just A minor, C, and then E. That's 3 chords right there. You can start writing your own songs. So many people do it already, what's on the radio? Topical. So there's quite a few chords that can be played by just moving one string, one finger, and you'll get it, So the best thing that you should do, not the best thing, but what you should do after watching this video is just practice playing the C chord. Don't practice transition yet. Get those callus up. Play something else just for a second, just to go back into the C chord so you can learn to get to it pretty quickly. So you play something normal over here and then come back over here so you know that you can go into that chord quickly. And that's just transitioning certain songs, So being able to transition from A minor to C to E is 3 out of the 4 chords that we're going to learn for this first little bit. So just practice your A minor to C, sorry about that, to E. You'll really start figuring it out, you know, just with practice. But make sure you take breaks, and that's it for this video. Hope you learned something.